I suspect is that we're not going to see that in a sense that, these negotiations will be the starting point. We'll get some agreement, some form of agreement. But I think the broad issues will not be resolved at one meeting. That will take time. So I think both sides are looking for some form of agreement, especially on the more direct impact on trade. So the Chinese buying more goods from the US getting more access to the Chinese market, that's the easy part. Things like intellectual property and all those other things, that will take time.
So let's say the more difficult issues do get pushed into the longer term negotiation scenario, but in the immediate term, we do get some agreement, as you've just hinted at, on the trade issues. Is that enough to get some significant upside to markets, and how much do you think?
No, I think if you get that, you're already seeing it today. It's just sentiment. I mean, in a sense, you still have not resolved the issues. I mean, China is still slowing down. The US is going to slow down because some of those boosters that we got last year from the tax cuts and the stimulus we got from the budget, those are kind of waning through the markets. So as we progress through the year, yes, one issue is taken off the table, but the fact is that you still have to face valuations, you still got to face earnings, you got to face the slowing economy. So yes, the market sentiment will improve, we'll get a rally. Is it sustainable? Will depend on whether we get good earnings over the next few quarters.
And until we get more information from earnings, the question becomes, how long will it take to work through some of the thornier issues between the U.S. and China? Frank, I want to bring you in on this one. I mean, what's your best estimate?
Look, I think there's sort of two big things we're looking for from this round of talks. One, we want to make sure that at least at the margin there is incremental progress. At least issues are being taken off the table. There's some resolution. It might be lower tariffs. It might be market access. There might be some structural moves, but as you point out, those are more complicated. So at least there's progress. That's one. Two, we want to make sure that we see continuation of what has characterized the talks the last few months, which is that leaders on both sides, both President Trump and President Xi, are not making broader political statements or broadly denigrating the other society so that these trade friction doesn't become a broader political issue. And I think both sides have been very good in that kind of discipline to date. So I'm optimistic about us getting through this round without there being calls for boycotting American goods or the U.S. pointing the finger at China and castigating them. So far, so good on that score.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.